Okay, so today I'm going to cover the basics of crafting high quality for a couple of friends I know. So let's get this started. Right, so there are two classes that it's quite vital to this step, which is carpentry. So what we need from them is inner quiet, rumination, and greater strides. So you need at least level 21. The other thing is from Alchemist is the tricks of the trade. So should really cover these in detail first. So what Inner Quiet does is it goes to up to 11 stacks. It'll give you bonus control to increase your quality. So gradual progress will be significantly higher the further you go. Right, rumination. Right, this is a bit of a last minute thing you would pull off. So what it does is it works with Inner Quiet to consume all the stacks to restore some CP back to you. But that is like something you want to use in the last couple of steps if you really need it, because you'll be using all of Inner Quiet, and that means you'll be going back to your basic level of quality. Right, greater strides, that doubles the efficiency. So if you get like 200 quality, that'd be 400 and so forth. Active for 3 steps, so you need to consume that at least by the third one. Obviously that would work well if it procs with tricks of the trade, which is also a very useful skill. It's great, but this comes down to luck whether it actually procs that often or not, which can actually help make or break trying to get high quality, because it can restore 20 CP if there's nothing to use it on, which is great. So let's get this started. I'm gonna do something basic with crafting collectible. So want to start off with Inner Quiet, hopefully tricks of the trade proc, which it doesn't, because that costs 18 CP and that gives you 20, so that'll put you right back on top. Then you want to use Steady Hand. Oh, now it's procced, so I want to head up. Get some CP back. Right, so Greater Strides next. Right, so if nothing happens, you want to just cover basic synthesis. So obviously if I do this another time, it's close to capping, so I'll leave that. So go Advanced Touch. Oh great, and it procs again. Actually that's perfect, so I can show the example here. We see that right, so Advanced Touch with Greater Strides, right, 1108. Okay, so we need to start Steady Hand again, then Greater Strides. Right, so we do Advanced Touch again. Right, so as you can see, the numbers jumped by more than just a bit over 200, which you can see it's a huge difference. So we do this again. Don't you dare proc. Right, and for the third time. Right, you can see how much that actually helps along with the stack. So that's 4 stacks. So I've never known to go all the way up to 11. So. If you can do that, that's great. But I'm just covering very basics because, obviously the more basic techniques later on, which I'm not going to go into detail with. And, that's where you jump there without needing tricks of the trade to stack with Greater Strides. But if we can get one with Greater Strides, that'd be a good example too. So, Inner Quiet again. Steady Hand. Greater Strides. Oh, here we go. Here's a good example. Right, so this is the first one without 1 stack. Right, so 1662 as compared to the 1108. So there's more than 500 difference, and that was with the effect of tricks of the trade. And that was just condition good, so if that was excellent, chances are that would have jumped close to completion. And nothing, so if you do Greater Strides, there's nothing, you pretty much have 2 turns to waste on using basic synthesis to try and cause that to at least proc. If not, you go ahead and do Advanced Touch. There is Observe you can do, just skip a step, but that costs 7 CP, so that's your call. There is a more advanced technique you can use Observe, but no, you'll have to look into that yourself. Right, so since there's nothing and there's one step of steady hand left, best to use Advanced Touch. And that props, that's fantastic. But as you can see, that's with 2 stacks, I believe. Yeah, that's 2 stacks, so you see we reverted back to normal without the Greatest Stride and Tricks of the Trade, so you can tell which one is the more desirable effect you want. And so we do the same thing, but of course once you got enough stacks, technically you can do this without using Greatest Stride, so this should work in theory, because, well, close, but you know, the stacks help a lot. So, you know, say it's higher enough and you're close to ending, you can actually revert to like a lower level. But of course with this one, the success rate is 70%, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth sometimes. Especially without steady hand. Okay, and hopefully get a good example out of this last one. Alright, that doesn't help because of the high quality items, but you get the idea. So, Inner Quiet, Greater Stride, good, that's actually a really good start one. Collectability is actually the same thing as getting high quality really, but you know, obviously you want this as high as possible to you know, get a better result for your weekly hand-ins. So we did that. Right, did that without steady hand again, so that's great. Greater Strides. Oh, another one. This is going too well. And down we get that, restore some CP. There you go. If you've got one left of that, best is just to do a standard synthesis, or you could just use Greater Stride. But you know, it's up to you which way you find that comfortable. So yeah, like I said, once you get that far, you don't really need Greater Stride, you can just use Basic Touch, that should cover it. Is it? Yep, that's capped. And there we go, done. Also, if you really need to and you have the CP spare, Waste Dot is actually a good option to use. It can give you a little bit of an advantage at the cost of some extra CP, because this will reduce durability cost by half. So normally durability goes down by 10, but with this it will cost 5 per turn for 4 turns. But you know, if you can set it up with Steady Hand and Greater Stride to begin with, you can like have the full turns pretty much. And yeah, do that. So that's about how that goes. Okay, I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, we've got the example up here of how much the numbers jump by. And yeah, that's pretty much all the basics.